Let's start with that. Yeah, why did you interact with me? That's how we want to start this episode. How
Well,
when you look at this face, which I might put up on screen. We'll see how self-deprecating I am. When you look at this face, why would you
I
interact?
don't know. I really, really don't know. It's actually concerning why I would ever interact with you.
Bro,
It really
it
is.
is. It is.
You look so unkempt.
I know. I look terrible. What you see? That's why I think I look great now. Look at this. Beautiful.
Yeah, clean shaven.
Clean shaven. Nice haircut.
You're gonna be clean shaven
skin.
on the head too, with how that hairline's going.
Yeah, I'm gonna my uncle's jeans, and then I'm fucked. But welcome to a special episode. I don't know if it's gonna be the Tea Talk podcast or just a One Piece channel episode, but we're here with my channel artist Emmet Courtney, who does
I'm so proud.
who does thumbnails for me from time to time, and he's a good friend of mine. We talk about One Piece and shit. He's a good lad. So, how are you getting on?
Thank you for the glowing appraisal.
No problem. How are you getting on? Are you happy with the new chapter? Like, yeah, you happy with it? Are you excited? You know what's coming?
I mean, yeah.
I
That's all I have to say about it.
Fair enough. I don't know. Personally, I made the chapter review about it, but I might replace it with this. To be fair, so we might just go from the top. I was so happy about how they're portraying the Gorosei because I initially thought they were going to be weak because the God Knights were introduced. I was like, they're just going to have the God Knights be the main
I don't
force.
know what I expected them to be like how actually strong, because they weren't portrayed like, I mean, they're the top of the government and everything, but like they weren't actually portrayed to be like huge strength or anything. But clearly now, like. You know the lightning at the beginning of the chapter, the Saturn,
the hockey stuff, yeah.
Like, but is it hockey? Like, is he actually conquerors? I don't know.
Okay. Here's what my opinion
It's
is.
so like, hockey is still so unclear. Everything about it.
It's my opinion here is, right. Look at the circle, the demonic circle, right. It might be Emu's hockey. Maybe they channel it. Maybe they channel Emu. Maybe that's why they take that form, because Emu is so. Whatever, he's so powerful he can't take human form. Like the fucking, what was it? Like, you ever watch Ben 10?
No.
Like, you know when Alien X gets too, well, no, you won't understand this, but Alien X gets too powerful and he can't be on Earth and he has to go away.
It's like Bleach when
Ichigo, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Aizen can't say Ichigo when he gets Dangai.
Yeah, and you know when Shisui comes down and is like, Ichigo might not be able to come back because he'll be too powerful. Essentially that. Like, that's why they take that form. But also, it gives them a connection to Emu. So maybe that's Emu's hockey. Maybe that's why it's so strong. Because it's Emu.
It might be like... You remember the spread with Sabo? And he's, like, standing there. And all of the Gorosei, like, the silhouettes are surrounding him.
Mm.
Wasn't there, like, the big one overlooking them all? Is that Emu? Or is that just another one of the Gorosei? Because I don't remember how many of them were actually surrounding him, like around him on the same floor as him, and then there was a huge one above him crawling over.
See, I think that was Emu.
Might have been.
Because then when he goes like when Sabo goes like flame fist, like a big huge hole opens up and like swallows it, and that was Emu, wasn't it? That's the whole idea.
I don't even remember it fully. Like so many things are happening every single chapter. I literally just like, I'm like, oh yeah, there is the huge Void Sentry mech awakening a couple of chapters ago.
Yeah,
like, I just didn't think about that.
I don't know. I'm like, he hasn't missed this entire year, if not in 2 years.
It's ridiculous.
He's been crazy every single chapter. But like, I know you disagree with this, but I feel like he's setting up for Bonnie to join the crew, even though it's like really unlikely. But like,
no, it's too
everything about I know, but like everything about the Sun God, they're like really putting that in Kuma's backstory. But then I thought about this the other.
But like, think about how much the Sun God is important to like all the other, Fisher Tiger and
but
Jinbei
joins
did
the
it.
queue, yeah.
Let's stick
But
with
then
point.
I actually,
Like, I mean Skypiea. Well, that's less to do with slaves and stuff, more like an actual Sun God.
yeah,
like,
but then okay,
all of the characters who were slaves have a connection to Luffy. Like Boa Hancock, slave, is like in love with Luffy. I didn't think of this before. It could have something to do with Nika. Probably not.
well, no, because like
Like I don't know.
Fisher Tiger, it does this.
Fisher Tiger,
Fisher Tiger saves them, so that's to do with Nika. And then Rayleigh is involved. He has to do something with like anything with the Roger Pirates has to have a small bit to do with Nika because they had to know about it to some degree, right? But most importantly, though, I think is if you think about it this way, I think the whole sun god idea is to show that for different people they have different sun gods. Like obviously Luffy is the true sun god, but before he was awakened, everyone had their own version. Who knew about the sun god was like, this guy will be the sun god.
Well, I mean, I think the different races had different like sun gods, but I think all the slaves in Marijo all talking about Nika specifically.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you look at look at what he says. He'll free you and take you down to sea. But what's happening in God Valley? Kuma's probably going to run into Dragon. Dragon's probably going to save his life and take him out to sea.
Well, what's probably going to happen is, there's those 6 chests.
Yeah.
The 6 chests from the tournament. It's probably, one of them is probably the Kuma's fruit.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, that would be the explanation for how he got his power. Because I think, I don't know if I saw someone say this specifically or something like it, but I think the six chests are probably all different fruits, like all super big deal fruits. Like Kaido, we already know Kaido got his fruit on God Valley.
Mm-hmm.
That's like stated. Big Mom, it's a huge fruit. Like that's like a really powerful.
Well, she already had her fruit.
Did she? I don't think she ever said.
No, because she.
Oh yeah,
she
yeah. That's
That's a big part of her backstory.
So Whitebeard.
Whitebeard, and then one of the chests had Shanks in it.
Yeah, but he was probably just put. It wasn't like a reward or anything. He was put in one of the chests to be saved.
Maybe he was a reward. You never know. You have the child of a celestial dragon. You're so special. I don't know.
I don't think so. No, I think he was like someone was taken out of the chest and he was put in.
Yeah.
And Roger obviously got the chest. I think so. Kaido, Whitebeard, Dragon, Kuma, Ivankov, and then
Guinea.
With the fruits in the chest.
Yeah, but Guinea's probably gonna get a power.
That'd be kind of weird. Like, oh wow, there's this crazy chest with this crazy thing, and it's some random new thing.
It might be Whitebeard. Whitebeard's power.
I just said Whitebeard.
Yeah. Oh no, the Blackbeard's power. Zebek probably has it.
Maybe. That was like unknown its location until Thatch found it.
Yeah.
Then Blackbeard stole it. So like maybe. But like it would be I don't know. It would be weird for Rocks to have gotten that fruit and eaten it and then instantly like died or whatever.
That's true. But then they don't all have to be devil fruits. They could be different things.
But like what else would it be really?
Yeah.
Not like an ancient weapon or something, because that's not going to fit in there. And also,
you never
why
know.
would the world government? Why would the world government just have that and just be giving it to someone as a prize? That's something that I think Emu would like have, and Emu doesn't have them.
I'm trying to think. I didn't really think about the chest. My main theory was right because obviously O'Hara was a big importance to Dragon and like his view. But I thought the first thing that broke, like the thing that broke the camel's back for him was God Valley. This was a whole.
Yeah, he was a Marine.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but that's.
Well, no. There's this spread. It was when like Film Z or something came out. There was a spread of all of the Marines at like the time of Roger. And it was a spread of all the Marines, and one of them looks exactly like Young Dragon.
Right, so yeah. So he would have been a Marine, yeah?
It also makes a lot of sense for trying to be a Marine.
And he
switched to be the Revolutionary.
And he was just sick of it. And then the first person he ever saves as a Revolutionary is Kuma.
And Ivankov.
So then Kuma views him as Nika. He's like, he saved me, he brought me out to sea. So like, he's like, this is my
Okay,
son.
but like, why would he view him as Nika?
No, it's symbolism.
But he views him as Nika, but then he tells Bonnie afterwards about Nika, this legend, and he's gonna save everyone.
No, but it's just symbolism for then what? It's just symbolism. Like they might have him do it, they might have sunshine on when he does it. Like it's not gonna be stated, but they're just gonna do that, and then it's gonna cut back to Luffy saving Bonnie from Jay.
Yeah, it'd be like a parallel.
It wouldn't be parallel. It's not gonna be actually stated, but it's just gonna be shown in a way, and like through subtext maybe. You know, it's not going to be like Kuma's not going to go. You save me. You must be the true sun god Nika. Oh my god, Dragon, I love you so much. You know, it's not like Oda doesn't write like that. There's a lot more subtlety to how he writes. You know, like even the like all the subtlety of Skypiea we didn't really realize until recently, like how it paralleled Wano and how it paralleled.
Well, how it parallels the entire series.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Also, I saw something. The tournament in God Valley that the Celestial Dragons are doing, it would make sense for them to be Devil Fruits also because it parallels the tournament in Dressrosa.
Yeah.
With Aces Fruit.
That's true.
I mean, the sixth chest could also be the Luffy's Fruit.
That's true.
Like, it could. I don't know, like, 100% if it would be, because, like, they didn't think it was that important.
See, okay. Here's a question though: if Sobek has Luffy's fruit, is that gonna be bullshit? Like, is that gonna ruin part of the story?
I mean, I've never heard anyone say that before.
Yeah, but I was just thinking of that.
I don't think that would make any sense.
Everyone says that Roger having Luffy's fruit will be shit, even though we know he doesn't. We now know.
Yeah, we know he 100% didn't.
And it would be shit. But if Sobek was the one to have that fruit, would that be bullshit? Because they wanted him dead so badly, right? They wanted him gone so badly, like.
Who wanted him gone?
The world government. They wanted Zebek gone so badly.
But, like, they didn't actually view Luffy's fruit as anything important until Wano.
See, that's what
and until Shanks told them. They didn't know until Shanks told them.
Yeah.
That's only just before Wano did the government, or like during Wano, did the government find out that Luffy's fruit is actually important. They just thought he was some guy.
See, that's what... Do we assume that's what Shanks was coming to talk about?
It's very obvious at this point.
I don't know. I still think it might have been Blackbeard. I really do. He's always been going on about Blackbeard the entire series.
Why would as soon as Shanks arrives and says he wants to talk about someone, would they instantly, only then, start going after Luffy because he is Nika?
But do you not understand how stupid the Gorosei would seem if they had no idea that he was Nika the entire time?
Because it was hidden. No one knew, except Shanks.
Bro, Gum powers, like the ability, rubbery powers. Bro.
But that's not, like, actually part of the description for Nika.
It is. The most ridiculous
Yeah, ridiculous powers. It doesn't say he's rubber.
With rubber properties. It does say that in the chapter. Rubber properties, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, they do say that. Like, in my opinion, right, I don't understand, like, Oda really fucked himself over with giving Luffy low bounties because it doesn't make sense why they didn't consider him a threat. Unless you go on to say, like, the fruit, like, their idea was it's not a threat until it's awakened, so we shouldn't put it under stress to potentially awaken, and they wanted to avoid that. But then they still, you know, it's kind of weird that way. He's gonna have to jump over
like
hoops.
That with bounties and stuff that are like weirdly. I mean, like Robin and stuff.
Robin makes zero sense.
I mean, Robin. What's Robin now? Like 900 million.
930 million. How is she not?
I mean, ever since she was like 8 years old, she should have been like top one priority. Yeah. Like, should have been top priority for the government because I mean, she's the only person who can read the ponies.
Yeah.
Besides, like 3-eye people who like there's like none of.
Yeah.
Also, this is speaking of 3 eyes. Big Mom. The 3 races that Big Mom said she didn't have in Whole Kick. So Giants, Lunarians, Buccaneers.
Did she say Buccaneers?
She didn't say Buccaneers, but like she also didn't say Lunarians. But like it's clear. I think it's those 3. Giants. I mean, that's obvious. Like she said, Giants aren't there. See, Lunarians, there's none of. King's like the last one. Buccaneers, there's also like none of.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Like, what other race would it be?
It'd be, unless it's like Emu's race, whatever. If he's some sort
Emu's just a celestial dragon.
Yeah, but he has to be some weird creature now.
Yeah, but like, still a celestial dragon, not a different race.
I suppose. Yeah, no,
so
it would definitely be Buccaneers, and that thought was still just there haunting my dreams. All right.
The bottom of the screen.
No, but like, in my like Oda has really put this all together. The only thing that won't make sense, in my opinion, is the government's how the government hunted Luffy. Everything else seems to play into each other very well.
Well, the government didn't know that he had.
See, but do you not think that would make the government look incompetent?
No.
No?
Because they didn't know.
Yeah, but like the government, like the world government, with all their knowledge of the Void Century.
Yeah, well, it's specifically the one thing that's been hidden.
Yeah.
They know everything else.
I suppose if he played it off really well, if he.
I don't think he's. I think it's kind of already obvious.
I don't know.
Like it's pretty clear that they didn't know that he was Nika, and they didn't know the Gum Gum fruit was the Nika fruit until Shanks told them.
Yeah, assuming Shanks.
Well, obviously, I think it's pretty clear.
Yeah, we'll roll with that for now. But
I think you have to roll that. I think it's very obvious.
But then, assuming Shanks told him, right? So why would they? Shanks obviously knew that you had to kill the person to reawaken the fruit, and that's why he wanted. Huh?
To kill him.
Yeah, well, why else would he tell him? Like, what was he hoping to achieve? He wanted to awaken Nika, right?
Yeah.
And actually, your point stands, because think about when he's looking at the bounty poster. He's looking at it with a smile, like, oh.
Yeah, he like knows.
Yeah, he knows what it is. Yeah.
He finally did it. He's finally did what he thought he was gonna do. He's finally lived up, and he's finally a great pirate now. And he's like, I'm gonna meet you soon.
Yeah. I don't know. I am very excited for what's to come, but like that's the thing, right? I think Egghead could be potentially top 1 arcs in the series.
Like it's definitely gonna be like top minimum 4, because I don't know. The thing about the 3 arcs I would have over Egghead, but like if it's keeping up this quality until it finishes, the only arcs I could see above like 4, I guess, arcs I would have above Egghead. Marineford, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Wano, Enies Lobby, and Water 7, and Skypiea. Those are the only arcs I could probably say I would like more than Egghead.
Wano above Egghead?
It's because they're full, well-rounded stories with a beginning, middle, and end. Egghead is more just the beginning of like the whole final saga. Insane shit happening. You see the outside world nonstop. It's more of a reverie kind of arc than it is like an Enies Lobby. Enies Lobby is a full story. This is just a segment.
See, making a few top
it's
arcs.
It's difficult to include an arc like Egghead in a ranking with these other arcs.
Yeah, but you see, we don't know how it's gonna end.
Yeah, but like
that's the thing. Like the God Valley flashback alone could be a full arc length, but like 20 chapters.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it depends if they're gonna split it into multiple different things. But like, I think it's probably gonna be.
I think we're better off just doing one big flashback, and like the final part of the flashback might be Dragon, whatever Dragon does, and then it goes back to Luffy saving Bonnie, and then that parallel is like 1-to-1, and like it's very on the nose, but it's never stated.
Anything. Like literally anything can happen in this
and
God Valley segment.
I'm just happy to have Whitebeard back. He's like
I see Kaido back. I'm number 1 Kaido fan in the world.
I was until that flashback, and then now
I'm double. I'm triple Kaido fan now.
Because
the flashback changed me. He's big, medium, and small. It changed me. It does wonders.
Yeah.
He's the greatest villain in the series, bar none. Besides maybe Doflamingo. They're definitely Doflamingo.
I don't know. I actually, unironically, I just like Crocodile style more now.
Kill yourself.
I just enjoy Crocodile.
Crocodile over Kaido.
No, but like as
what would be like
as a character design?
The character design's a completely different arc.
No, as a villain, like I personally love Kaido. But
what would be your top 5 villains in the series?
Top 5.
Yeah.
After the anime redeemed his backstory, I'll put Kaido back on top.
Number 1.
Number 1.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree.
Like I love Doflamingo.
Despite my insane Kaido dick ride.
I love Doflamingo, but I've watched 1 or 3 times. I've only watched Dressrosa 1.5 times. I didn't even finish it the second time.
That's because you watched it. Like, who's watching that even? Once?
Bro, I can't even. I went back to read it, and then I was like, bro, I have real to read. What am I doing right now?
You could. I mean, Dressrosa is really good. Like Dressrosa is like a 10 out of 10.
I know.
Dressrosa is so. I remember reading that for the first time and then rereading bits of it. It's just so good, and the way it's being improved on right now, it's the same with Skypiea. To me, not to the same extent, but it's the same kind of principle. Like it's being improved on so much with how Emu and the world government are being expanded. It's just improving what Oda is trying to do in that arc with Doflamingo, with the Doflamingo, like his whole family, and everything going on in that arc. It's so like thematically well done,
Yeah, no.
and also Law's backstory and everything. Like,
I'm doing tea, Mac. I know you want one. Would you like a cup of tea?
See, that's the thing. When I make it big, they're gonna be funny. Funny little cameos.
they're funny now.
They're funny now to me, but they're not funny to anyone else until you get like 100,000 subscribers, and then people are like, "Whoa, the lore behind the MK channel, bro."
Yeah, Robert coming in.
Robert coming in, the star of the show. But no, but like Doflamingo is objectively the best villain. Like, it's so,
I mean, he's not objectively. I mean, I really like Kaido. I
But
think he's the same level.
subjectively, I just love. My monkey brain's going dragon. Like, as in, he's a dragon. Like,
Oh, I think
my
from a
monkey-
dragon, as in like he's
No.
better. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
no, like like I don't know. Kaido is just like
Kaido is the best. Design.
Kaido's my Dragon Ball Z fan, just going, bro. This is a great. character."
Doflamingo, one of the best designs of all time.
Fashion icon.
No, I'm just talking about his design in general. The
Yeah.
way he's drawn is just insane. Kaido's got 3 10 out of 10 designs. Kaido's got his normal design, which is on the level of Doflamingo,
Yeah.
dragon form, and hybrid form. He's too, and all that stuff at the end. Maybe that's like kind of like
Yeah. That's
but
alright.
like it's so good.
But
And it's what I appreciate about Kaido is it's a real filter for the stupid people who are illiterate, because you have to appreciate his backstory. With it's subtle. You like take in bits and pieces from everywhere.
I think a lot
for
of
his
people,
backstory and pieces of dialogue.
a lot of people's problem at the time was the involvement of the old hag in making the decision to go to Wano. That was a big issue a lot of people had, including myself.
I don't. What
the
hell
way
is that
it's
problem?
the way the manga frames it, the anime kind of shows that that's a lot of crap. But the way the manga frames it, he doesn't want to go to Wano until the old hag tells him about it. Like he doesn't have his own agency. And I think people just thought that was a bit dumb because Kaido was going on about how special
He
Wano
doesn't
is.
have his own agency. Are these people reading? Like,
But like, no, obviously Kaido makes his final decision. But the way it looked was like he was talking the whole arc about how Wano is special, how he's not going away from Wano, and then the whole reason he went to Wano in the first place was because some old hag was like, "Oh, you're so powerful." You're so
I've
great."
literally never heard anyone complain about this, and this is the dumbest complaint.
This was the big complaint besides the big, medium, small. Like,
That's funny though.
That is
That's a funny
funny.
complaint. That's a funny.
That is
joke.
funny. And like realistically, now we understand that we just couldn't get a proper Kaido flashback because it was all God.
It is a proper kind of flashback though.
No, but like a full.
It is
You
a
know,
full flashback.
Doflamingo's flashback was like 3 chapters.
Doflamingo's flashback was like, yeah, it might have been 3 chapters or whatever. But like, Kaido's flashback was just as good, except it wasn't. Like it was very very good.
All right.
Look, Kaido's flashback was over the course of the arc and the course of his bits and pieces of dialogue.
Yeah.
You get the whole story.
There's a lot.
I don't think there's anything substantial that needs to be done with Kaido's flashback that wasn't done in Wano.
No, but I just think his relationship with Zebek needs to be expanded on a little bit because I think it works really well. But if you don't have that extra bit with Zebek, like to actually see what Zebek was like, there's many. But then a lot of people can say that's the appeal of it because you can interpret his relationship with Zebek. And so you can, like, a lot of people love the ability to read between the lines, so it's all down to interpretation. So it's up to you. I personally really like Kaido because I really enjoyed the arc, and he plays off really well with Odin, Momonosuke, and Luffy and this big bad for Wano.
And Yamato.
And Yamato. Bro, we're gonna get on
My
to the,
favourite character.
We're gonna get
No,
on
we're not going to get on to
to the
Yamato.
newspapers at some point, maybe, because I have to bring it up every time.
I'm never I don't want to discuss that character.
But all right, well,
I just it's
oh,
waste
well.
of time. Genuine,
wa-
just a waste of time.
Nothing happened with that character, but cool design. I really wanted him to join the Straw Hats, so we get that newspaper. But that's I've talked about that too
Pipe
much.
dream.
It is a pipe dream, but
It
hey.
was a pipe dream, and you went on about it 24/7.
Yeah, that was like
Every single time.
every single review was just that the entire time.
You're not recording.
I am, but hey, it'd be
Oh,
funny.
Jesus.
It's funny, lads. Thank you very much.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Wookie, wookie, wookie.
This is the chapter review where I can actually start talking.
We're just talking about One Piece, bro. It's a good crack.
I haven't even talked about Kuma.
Kuma's probably gonna be a great character.
He is a great
but
character already.
can I want to see what the top 5 villains, because we talk. What's your top 5 villains?
Top 1 Doflamingo.
Yeah.
Kaido. Interchangeable though. Katakuri.
Is he a villain? Like, if he's a villain, he's one. But
No.
yeah,
He's a villain and he's 3.
he's an antagonist. But
He's an antagonist and he's 3.
the Church of Katakuri, bro.
Don't care. I don't care.
All right, no,
3.
kind of.
There's like after them 3, it's like a bunch. Like I could say Enel, I could say Blackbeard, I could say Akainu later.
See, the reason I wouldn't say Blackbeard and Akainu,
I would say Blackbeard definitely right now. Like even now.
I think he'd have to be 5 because we don't have enough information on him to say he's above 5.
Well, right now my top 5 is probably Doflamingo, Kaido, Katakuri, Enel, Blackbeard. Enel has improved so much. I love Enel so much. Enel is so good.
Enel activates the same part of my brain that Kaido does, but for a different reason.
Enel, I've started to appreciate more for the same reasons I appreciate Doflamingo more.
Yeah.
Enel is just this whole final saga. Enel has improved so much for me, and I mean, it's the same reason Skypiea has improved.
Skypiea was good from the jump. People are just...
I've loved Skypiea since day 1. Skypiea was my favorite arc when I read it. When I first read it, as I was reading through the series, Skypiea was top 1 at that moment, and then obviously it got surpassed by like anything.
I could see that Wiper alone made the arc really good. Wiper was
everything
fantastic.
with the arc is the beginning is a bit slow, but everything else after that is like insane. It's ridiculous. It's so good.
Yeah.
And also, it's the peak of Oda's art.
Yeah. I mean, I've only watched
that whole like era of like Alabasta to Marineford.
To be fair, I have to say, Oda's art though.
I still love Oda's art.
I enjoyed it in Wano because he was a bit rough in Wano, but I actually think that did it really well for the war arc.
I think a bit of the art style is different because of this might be an insane like cope. A bit of it is like because I feel like it's a lot more like thick lines and stuff in Wano for the style. But I also might have just made that up and be coping for Oda.
I don't know. Yeah, look, as I said to you, we've done another episode with a bunch of lads who are just bullying me. But we were talking about our 3 dinner guests, and I got Oda, and I'm telling you right now, I just love to be in a room with that man. I don't know if I'd say anything to him. I'd just sit there and be like in awe. It'd be like meeting God for the first time. You'd be just sitting there like, man,
he's some guy, all right.
I just want to meet the guy.
Like you're treating him like God, as if people haven't met him before.
I'm sure they have, but like realistically, like I'm talking from my perspective. If I actually met the guy, I'd just treat him like a normal dude. But like,
no, you wouldn't.
No, you'd go on. You'd be like, mate, look, I'm so thankful for this series that has done so much for me. At the time when I watched it, I was going through surgery, and it was great to just keep me occupied during that time. And I got super invested in it, and it's been a major part of my life. And I thank you for your great work. And then you just start talking to him like a normal dude. You'd be like, how are you getting on? You know,
and he'd understand none of it.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about it. You know what I mean? you talk to him.
Look,
You
you,
go,
you couldn't have your little fantasies
Yeah,
of talking to this
a
man.
little fantasy.
This man who doesn't want to speak to anyone because he's
he
afraid.
gets a divorce. And he decides he wants to marry me instead. You know, it's
You're
That's
fantasizing
how
about
it
him
goes.
getting a divorce and abandoning his $2 and
just to go off with me. There you go. That's the true dream.
for some loser who's obsessed with him. This is why he doesn't show his face.
Yeah, yeah.
You are the reason.
Yeah, this is
People like you.
Yeah, that is why. No, but realistically though, that is why, because people are psychotic. And like
Yeah.
I'm joking around. I'm like joking around, like I don't know, 70% joking. So like,
You're saying you're gonna marry him.
well, yeah, that's where the 70% comes from. I don't want to marry the man, but I would love to have a conversation with the guy. But at the end of the day, like I don't know. It'd be just interesting, but at the same time, I don't want to be spoiled.
Well, he doesn't have to spoil it for you.
Yeah, but like, I would just like to ask about his process of like,
Do you think everyone he meets, he just spoils One Piece?
no. But if you're having a full-on conversation with the guy, you're gonna ask. Even if you don't want to ask, you're going to ask. You might not answer.
No, you're not. If you were like Luffy, you wouldn't ask what the One Piece is.
If you were
If you were like your favorite person, you would not ask like what the One Piece is.
no,
Luffy would get very angry.
Luffy in real life would be very annoying. Let's be real.
That literally happens in the show.
Yeah, it
He
does.
literally Usopp asks Rayleigh what the One Piece is, and he literally just screams at him.
Yeah, no,
Even Luffy, your idol, would be disappointed
my
in you right now.
He's not the Rock, bro. He's not,
Not the
the
Rock. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but seriously, Luffy is like in real life would probably be really annoying.
Luffy already exists in real life.
Who?
In Yaki Godoy.
No, fair enough. He like the live action was really good. I was
yeah.
expecting it to be way
I
worse.
was not even expecting to watch it.
Yeah, you were like, oh, bro, I'm gonna look up the clips of
No.
Zoro."
I said I'm gonna be so excited for this, giddy for its release. Look at all the like pre-release material, and then never watch the show because this is what I do.
Yeah, it is what you
I just
do.
don't watch shows. I don't even watch One Piece half the time.
Yeah, you just read it and then you're like, damn good.
But I actually watched it start to finish.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a hell of a
I
lot.
really enjoyed it.
They did a really
All
good
the changes
job.
were good except for some.
Except for the fact that, yeah, I think all the stuff about the village not knowing was bad.
Not knowing what.
About Nami. They actually thought she was bad. Which I thought was bad. Because the whole heart was like they knew the entire time and they pretended not to know so she could
I don't even
day
remember this in
abandon
the
the
manga,
village.
I'm being honest.
But like that, that was the only bad change in my opinion. But I understand why they did it because they didn't have time to flesh all that out.
I actually do not remember this at all. I thought they was the same.
I don't know though. It's
No, the only like not as good things were. I mean, I don't really have that many complaints.
yeah, there isn't that many.
Like
A lot of
Usopp doesn't have any big moment. Usopp didn't have any outstanding moment where it's like, I get him.
Yeah, but you know where his big moment's going to be.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
later. But
his-
like they did this thing with Nami, like they brought so much of the Enies Lobby story into Nami's story, and they changed it around to make her a better character. But like,
What do you mean?
like the Nami story is like different. Like they changed the order of things. Like they have Arlong and Baratia, you know.
Yeah, they didn't turn it into like they didn't make it.
It's literally like half the same thing.
It's not.
They already have the scene of Nami going to Luffy, like, I'm not working with you, and she abandons him and walks off. And like this didn't happen in the manga. In the manga, she just secretly went off.
Yeah,
In the
But-
anime, they have in the
but they have that
In-
scene
in-
where
in
she
the
walks
show.
off on the island, and Luffy just lets it happen, or like she tries to kill Zoro. Like it does happen in a roundabout way, but it does happen. It just happens at a different point.
No, but they have the scene where Nami says that she's leaving the crew, and then Arlong beats them up, like how the CP9 beat them up. And then they recoup, they go back to Nami's island, they have that whole story, the backstory, everything. They get Nami back in the crew. That's pretty much the same as the normal series. But, like, they take story beats from the Enies Lobby story with Robin.
I suppose, yeah.
Like they do change.
And then
it around.
Garp shows up at the end. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, you are right, aren't you? Garp shows up at the end.
I think Garp showing up at the end is less to do with that,
It's
but
budget.
more to do with not having Logtown.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
it gives Luffy that moment of like the moment where he smiles at the execution stand and Boogie's about to kill him. And he smiles when he's about to die, and
That's
he
the moment when Garp
says,
has him up in the
yeah. A lot of the Logtown moments happen, like Mihawk meeting Shanks and stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff happens at the last episode. They just put that in at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Because they cut. I mean, I think they said they're gonna have Logtown in season 2, but like,
how?
yeah, what are they gonna do?
It's just not going to seem right. I mean, I guess they could argue. But then why have the barrel scene? Why not wait? Why not have it end
What barrel scene?
where it's like, I'm going to be king of the pirates. I'm going to find the all blue.
Oh.
I'm going to draw a map of the world. I'm going to be.
Yeah, they're
so-"
going to the Grand Line, but they're just gonna go Logtown first.
I suppose.
Like, I don't
Right.
know how it's gonna. I don't think it's needed.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Like,
but
well, I mean, Smoker.
Smoker.
But like, they could include. They could just put that Smoker stuff into like some pointless like Whiskey Peak or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they could include that stuff. They could work it in. They reworked the story for season 1. They're
Yeah.
gonna do the same for this season.
See, season 2 might have a few issues though, because the actors strike and things might be going on. Like, we're not going to get that for a while.
They said they've already started working on it again.
Have they?
Yeah.
'Cause
they started writing season 2.
Yeah, no, they've written it, but there's no production.
Well, there's no. Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Mm.
It's gonna take a couple of years.
Yeah.
Season 1 was recorded in like 2021 or something.
Was it?
Yeah, it was not filmed recently at all. It takes ages to do like
No, yeah, but
post production and pre production and the actual shooting itself and all. It takes forever.
I
It wasn't gonna even without this whole strike thing. It was not coming out anytime soon.
know, but it's probably going to be like 2030 now.
It's gonna be like 25 or 6.
I know, I think it's going to be 27 at minimum, if not 28. But
28. It's not gonna take 5 years. It's season 2.
I guess, yeah, but it has to adapt a lot more. It's adapting the Alabaster.
It's gonna adapt like the same length of chapters.
No,
It's like slightly more.
Alabaster's like 150 chapters, isn't it?
It's like 120.
I guess, yeah.
East Blue's 100. 100.
100 dead on, yeah. I don't know though. I think season 2 is gonna be great though. I think with just a more singular focus on one overarching arc, they can have a more coherent.
Well, I mean, they kind of
beginning.
did that for season 1 as well. They kind of
They
made it
did.
all connect way more, like setting up Arlong from the beginning.
Yeah,
They set
that
up Arlong from the Boogie episode
was really good.
because they're reworking the show to make it more of a normal, like, American show production. Like an American show will have one like overarching story running for the whole season to make it more coherent season in itself. Like in the manga, it's kind of like completely disconnected. Like it'll be like the Orange Town and then disconnected Sierra Village or whatever is next. Disconnected Baratier, disconnected Along Park. They're connected a little bit, but like that actually makes it way more. Like they actually lead into each other much more.
Yeah,
Like Baratier into Arlong Park leads way more than it does in the manga.
oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, they actually have Arlong show, and also they cut Don Creek, which was a great decision.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, the Don Krieg stuff was better in the live action, which
Yeah,
just
easily.
which is Mihawk.
It's
demolishing the
instantly
guy.
showing this guy is fucking cool.
Yeah,
They have the same scene where he cuts the ship in half.
yeah, and it's just insane. You know, because like Mihawk hasn't really done anything that insane in the series, besides cutting an icicle into and a ship
In
into.
Marineford.
Yeah, that wasn't even that major. Like,
Well,
But that
I mean,
is
he
his
hasn't
biggest-
really like fought or anything post time skip.
his biggest feat in post time skip was being scared of Straw Hat.
What?
Do you remember that chapter where he's like, "Oh, we can't fight redhead, Blackbeard, and Straw Hat Luffy head to head for the One Piece."
Oh yeah.
That's his biggest feat in post
That's
time
not a
skip.
feat though.
That is his feat. It's a fear feat. He's Fraud Hawk.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even as someone who's a Shanks dick rider from day one,
You are a Shanks dick, right?
I've been on the Shanks grind since day one. You've been a fraud. You've been a Mihawk supporter.
No, I am a Mihawk supporter. Yeah.
Still, you like Mihawk more now.
No,
do you think he's stronger?
I always preferred Shanks as a character.
Well, yeah, obviously.
But I think Mihawk is able to be stronger because Mihawk is Zoro's final opponent. Shanks is not Luffy's final opponent.
I don't care.
Oh no, we'll see.
I don't care.
I still think Shanks and Emu are the exact same strength.
No.
Emu
is top one.
No, Emu has something up his sleeve.
If
but like,
this is how,
Shanks has to be as strong as base Emu.
If this is how strong the Gorosei are, where the whole island can instantly like feel when they come out, and like he's just like he can like fucking hold down Sanji with his mind and all.
No, but do we not think Shanks can do that? He just has better control over it, so he can decide.
No. Shanks is alright. Well, Shanks is probably stronger than the Gorosei, but like he's not strong. I don't think he's stronger than me, like than Emu.
No, base Emu.
You're talking about fucking bases and all.
Like, do you think
we haven't even seen Emu's face? Even a base Emu.
Like, do you not think he has to be stronger than Emu before he shows his full strength? Whatever the first version of Emu we ever see, Shanks has to be stronger than that. Because otherwise, why the fuck would they give him the time of day?
You're just making shit up.
I am.
Like, this is...
It's theory crafted.
Theory crafting. You instantly start... You talk about power scaling, and you instantly go into base Emu, which isn't a thing.
It has to be a thing. There's no way Emu doesn't have multiple forms.
Yeah, probably. But, like, does that matter? Like, are you considered... Like, when you're talking about Kaido, how strong Kaido is, you're not talking about, like... When you're talking about how strong Luffy is, you're not going... well, I think base Luffy and Gear 2nd Luffy is actually stronger than blah blah blah. Well, but Gear 4 could beat him. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say Gear 2nd because that's basically base. But yeah, Gear 4.
Gear 2nd, he doesn't like he doesn't do anything. He just uses that for like attacks.
Yeah, he uses that in base now. Basically, he doesn't need to do gears anymore for Gear 2. But I think what I mean is like Shanks has to be like on a similar level. Like I think he's the strongest human that isn't Emu in the verse right now.
No, I think Shanks is top something, like top 2 or something.
Like I think now it's hard for me to put Mihawk above Shanks. It is. It's really hard because Shanks is just shown to be like this.
He's that guy.
He is that guy. And it's really
not Emu. Mihawk is running away from Luffy and Blackbeard and Shanks. And Shanks is tattletaling.
Shanks is a rat.
It's Fraud Hawk
versus
and Fraud Figureland. Figureland frauds.
There we go. They're all frauds.
One is a rat. One is a celestial dragon. The other one's a fraud. Which is worse?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What doesn't make sense to me? Yeah. Okay, I just thought of this the other day. Some celestial dragons you wear the helmet, so others don't. Like, so is there like a hierarchy?
I mean, who doesn't? No, everyone.
Figureland's not wearing the helmet, but in that.
Yeah, but you don't see him off of the surface. You don't see him off of. Well, I mean.
You do. That's God Valley.
You see him in God Valley, yeah. I just don't think he gives a shit.
I guess, yeah.
I don't think he's like. I think he cares so little. I mean, the first thing he does is instantly kill the king, without thinking about it. I just don't think he even cares about breathing the same air as him, because the rest are so pathetic that they care about breathing the same air as normal people.
Yeah. And
like the Gorosei and stuff, they don't wear the helmets, the bowls, because you never see them off of Marijoa, and they're the one time you do, he transformed into a big, yokai.
Yeah. Also, I just think it's a bit weird that it ended up being a bigger Black Maria.
It's, do you know what it is?
No, I don't.
I think it's called an Ushi Oni. It's like a Japanese yokai.
Right.
It's like a demon thing from like folklore.
So there is actual like.
There's an
thing behind
actual
it.
thing. It's an actual thing he's based on, and
All
that's
right.
why that's power. The reason he has the power to like look at people and kill them, like, you know, the first thing he does is his like eyes start glowing and all. He kills the marine.
Yeah.
That's because the power of that the demon in like the folklore is like, if you look at him, he kills you or something. It's something like that. But like, there's an actual. It's not just made up for Biota.
Yeah. No, but he doesn't really make up anything, does he? He just takes.
No, he takes different
He
things from
takes
different places.
loads of different things.
Like, I think people have figured out what some of the other Gorsei are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Just from like the silhouette when they're looking at Sabo.
I don't know though. Like he's just so good. Like everything he's
He's
doing.
ridiculous.
It's just
Even like little things, like, you know, when Whitebeard and Shanks meet.
Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, every time I see your face, I remember the scar."
Yeah, it's like, I reminds me of that guy.
Yeah.
And he's talking about Figurland and like, or talking about Garling. And Garling, now we see him when he's young in God Valley, and he looks exactly like Shanks.
Yeah. But even the way he makes really dumb designs look really cool. Like Figureland's design, bro, his hair is wild.
Yeah, Garling, that is the dumbest. He looks so stupid.
But yeah, he still has a way to make him look cool.
It looks really goofy, as I think it looks way goofier when he's young.
Oh, it does, yeah.
When he's old, it looks raw as shit, man. It looks so cool.
Yeah.
He's incomplete when he's young.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the beard to.
He hasn't matured. He's not he's still a
He's only a half.
He's a Figureland fraud. He's a red
He's
hair
only a
fraud.
semi-crescent moon.
Oh, that's the way to go about it.
He's a crescent moon now. He's got the full thing all around with the beard, but he's only half when he's young. So he's incomplete.
Which
Which means he's stronger than Mihawk.
Oh yeah. No, Mihawk isn't it? I'd say they're gonna.
He might be top 5 swordsman.
Mihawk is weak.
Mihawk could be top 5 on a good day. Even though they say he's number 1.
Him and Vista to be struggling together. So like.
Yeah, Vista. Yeah.
Vista's,
I don't even know why people talk about the character when he's had one second of screen time.
He had one. He literally
He had like one slash.
He had two panels. He slashed with Mihawk, and then he slashed Akinu's shoulder for like 2 seconds, and then that's the only 2 times he ever showed up.
Did he even like hit Akainu?
No, it went through him. Like
Yeah, because Akainu's future sight.
Yeah, so it was like.
So he had a panel where he looked at Mihawk funny, and he had a panel where he hit through Akainu.
Yeah. So that's Vista for you, and he's also really good in Bounty Rush.
Oh wow! That makes him
a
top 1 swordsman in the series.
Top 1 swordsman in the series. Also means Yamato is like one of the fastest characters in the entire series, because if we're going by Bounty Rush feats, yeah. And then Akainu is like the strongest.
Actually, Zoro is one of the fastest characters because he can eat the meat really fast in the episode.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, and he can do.
He's faster than Sanji canonically,
bro. And if we look at the facts, yeah, Luffy can just eat all his enemies. Look how wide he can bring his mouth. He can literally just eat all his enemies and win.
No, he has to have stronger hockey.
But he does most of them. He
Yeah,
can
most
just
of them.
outwail everyone. Just be like, yo, feed me, Kirby style.
No, did you see, you know, the little panel? That was one of my favorite moments in Wano. The little panel in the corner, in like the background, when you just see Zoro and Sanji, and it's like Zoro's like, I've come from hell.
Yeah,
to
I've come
kill
back
you.
from hell to
And
kill
they
you.
start fighting.
Oh, that is so
That
good.
was one of my favorite panels when I first read it. I actually laughed reading that. And now it's
Bro.
confirmed that Sanji is as strong as Zoro because he uses Ifrit Janbei in that.
What?
He uses Ifrit Janbei, and Zoro has his green flames and Conqueror's Haki. In the show.
Yeah.
Because they made it, and you can see that panel, and you can see the blue flames and the green flames coming from Zoro's swords. So they're going full throttle, full strength at each other.
Yeah. I don't know. I like obviously Zoro is probably stronger.
Zoro
than
is definitely
Sanji.
stronger.
But like,
There's a reason Sanji right now is like this. He's like can't move against Saturn, and Zoro's fighting Rob Lucci.
well, Rob Lucci is definitely weaker than Saturn.
Yeah, well, obviously, but like Rob Lucci's really strong.
Like even though Rob Lucci got ragdolled by Gear 5, he still contested with Gear 5 for like a few
Rob
seconds.
Lucci's on the same level as like Jinbei.
I don't know.
I would say Rob Lucci's on the same level as Sanji.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable, but like
Jinbei's weaker than Sanji.
Jinbei, yeah.
I'd say Sanji could beat Rob Lucci, but to me, a more difficult fight than it would be for Zoro. Like Zoro, I would say is definitely stronger than Rob Lucci. I'd say Sanji and Rob Lucci are equal.
You know what? That's a fair take, but I also think
Like, I would say they're pretty much equal, but I would give the fight to Sanji, but like barely.
well, no, because he's infinitely faster than Rob Lucci. So
Not
like,
necessarily.
so Sanji, I'd argue Sanji's the fastest character in the series. Right
I
now.
don't think him going invisible. I think he does he not literally go invisible?
Bro, he literally. Do you not remember when he jumped from the other side of the island to save Ederson in less than a second? Bro,
I don't keep up with like power scaling discourse.
I don't either.
I would see a panel like that and think nothing of it and think, oh, that happened.
Like, I don't either. I just watch the referees every year.
I don't watch any One Piece YouTubers or anything. So
Yeah. To be fair, I don't watch too many anymore. But when I was recovering from surgery, I watched it. Like, I was watching it for a hell of a long time. Because I was just.
I used to watch One Piece YouTubers when I first caught up.
Mm.
Like I watched like what's his name? What's his name? The Grand Line Review. Like I don't watch him. And I watched BDA Law.
Mm.
And Morge. Morge is the best.
You still watch Morge?
I watch Morge a little bit.
Not
Not that much, so I'm not subscribed to him or anything.
fair enough. I don't know, Grand Line Review, right? I like Grand Line Review in the sense that what he's doing for the genre of One Piece YouTube, like he's elevating it, the standard. And I like that about him in that sense. But I'm not, like, I wouldn't watch his content religiously.
I wouldn't watch his content at all.
I watch it sometimes.
I
like,
think he started releasing. Wasn't he a big guy on like rating official scans?
he was, yeah.
Because now he uploads videos on OP scans.
Yeah. I think, no, because what his whole thing
Like-
was. His whole thing was just trying to stay out of trouble, but I think he fucked up once and he was like, I'm in hot water already. There's no point in me trying to not be in hot water, so I'll just start getting as
Because
recent as I can.
what's his name? Rogers Base, isn't it?
Ooh.
He like only does like official stuff, but he actually like works with
Yeah.
them, like the actual official people. I think it's more offensive with your takes on One Piece.
My takes on One Piece.
I think they're worse.
Yeah, they are worse. They are.
They're worse than
They're worse than
misinformation and lies and
the lies. Yeah.
shenanigans that Joe Rogan is spreading.
Yeah, well, I like my takes on One Piece make me worse than Alex Jones. That's the truth. It's just true. Do you know who Alex Jones is?
I obviously know who Alex Jones is. No, Alex Jones is he's a goofy figure.
Goofy goober.
He's not, the brightest apple in the shed.
Definitely not.
You know,
Oh no.
he's not the sharpest knife in the toolbox.
What's it? The light bulb in the taco? Is that's one? I've heard that before.
The light bulb in the.
I think
what
no
correlation do they possibly have with each other?
I don't know. I've heard that before. You know who I heard it from, right? Fucking Arlo. You know that puppet, the Nintendo guy, like the blue puppet. I think he said that before.
You mean puppet?
Yeah, that's what I
You
said.
said puppet.
Okay, puppet,
Like a Pirates of the Caribbean character. Puppet.
puppet.
They're called puppets, yeah.
All right, I need to go back to English class. All right, I got a H2 in English. Like
Yeah,
how?
I got a H3. I feel bad.
Superior. I'm superior.
This is disrespectful.
It is.
This is really bad. This is a bad look from me.
It is about.
I shouldn't. I know.
Oh no.
I didn't even answer the poetry.
What? Why
The,
not?
I wrote 1 page in the poetry. Didn't study.
But fair enough. Fair enough.
Didn't study for anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh no, but back onto One Piece.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, this is something I actually want to talk about because I haven't had a proper conversation about this with someone. So, Wano, Marineford, and NS Lobby. Out of those, what is your favorite?
Marineford.
Yeah,
I already said this earlier.
you said it, but like, what is
Top
it?
3: Marineford, Wano, Enies Lobby.
But like, what is it?
Either Enies Lobby or Wano.
Because to me, like when Wano ended, my first reaction was best arc of the series. Oh my god!
When Wano ended, when I first read it, my reaction was the exact opposite. I was like, I didn't like a lot of the directions it took at near the end.
I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot more. I love Momo's character. Actually, can we talk about Momo for a second?
Yeah, I always like there's most of the aspects there I always did like. I just didn't like the end of the Kaido fight. A lot of stuff for like you know, Kinemon living and all, and that's still not good.
Can I just say, one thing I actually really enjoy about Kingdom On Living is that he talks about it so much. He talks about how unnatural it is and how like, man, like how can I survive that long? And he has a really good conversation with Marco about being the ones to survive when the people who should have survived didn't. And I think that's actually a very good conversation.
When does this happen?
It might be an anime only conversation. It literally happened this week in the anime, essentially. And it's actually a
Like
really
this episode.
yeah, I don't know if it's an anime only conversation, but
I don't remember this at all.
it's like I just really like that type of conversation because it happens with a lot of people. Like if you look at World War II vets or Vietnam vets, a lot of the people who come back,
Until survivors go.
yeah, you know, and I think it's good to have that there for Kinemon and Marco, particularly those two who have played such a big role in the series so far. Oh no, I love it. Marco's been so good.
He always has been.
Yeah. But just like to me, Momonosuke is the key to like showing how good of a writer Oda is. Because I hated Momonosuke for so long. He was so annoying. His entire gag was just jumping into Nami's boobs, and I hated the guy. I was like, this guy is just Issei Hyodo in One Piece.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's a fucking high school DxD crap. But we don't need.
Shameful.
Yeah, it's shameful.
Shameful that you know that.
It's shameful.
Shameful that you have examples
I do have examples.
to bring up for this.
It is shameful.
It really, really is.
No, but that's what I mean, though. I see. It was so deplorable. Like Momo's character was terrible, but then they turned into someone you care about. Like, how does he do that? You know what I mean? Like his character writing is just so on point. Even with Sanji, even people who want to hate Sanji cannot hate Sanji because of his arc and whole cake. That's how good Oda is at it.
Wano.
Huh?
Wano.
Yeah, it continues on in Wano. The only thing, actually, that is one problem I have with Egghead. He has not had a conversation with Vegapunk at all about that in any capacity. Vegapunk hasn't brought it up at all about George.
There hasn't really been time.
Yeah, I know, and it probably will be brought up, or at least in an SBS, you might say they had a conversation or something.
Oh, my favorite place to have character interactions. The SBS.
That is where the
That's
character.
something you do for Zoro, though. You know.
He did it for Zoro. He
Yeah,
had
I know he did it for Zoro.
the bloodline tree.
Zoro will have his day.
I do think
He
we're
will
gonna
have his day soon. I pray. I hope and pray. It's been so long. Do you realize how desperate I was? I was salivating when I saw the chapter where Zoro got up from his nap and slashed at Kaku. I was actually salivating. I was frothing at the mouth.
Bro,
I was so desperate for Zoro content.
you see how
I've been starved.
you know you love Zoro, but you know what I love about Zoro? People's themed music around Zoro. That's my gym
Theme?
music, bro. Some people have made like music videos
Like Zoro rap.
about Zoro. Yeah, not that one in particular, but there's like two in particular I have that are part of my gym playlist. They're it's just really good gym music. Like if I'm looking for an extra set and I can't get it out, I put that on. It's like what's the tune? I can't get it, but it's like it's a good beat. It's a good good beat, bro. Love that shit. But like, I
Or
don't.
is it like the mid episode, like the little thing that where it goes to the ads, where it'll, like have Zoro's face going like boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo,
Kind of, but a
doo-doo.
more epic version of that. Like, you know, the way it goes, epic version, you know? And,
Yeah, well they already had an epic version when he fought King,
oh, bro, yeah, that's true.
and they had all the flutes and all playing. It's ridiculous. That was
When he fought, that was an amazing fight.
that episode. It's ridiculous. Better than the Sanji episode because it's Zoro. Solely
I love
because it's
the
Zoro.
Sanji-
Better than Gear 5. I actually do think it was better than the first Gear 5 episode.
The first one, yeah. But like,
Some of the later
5
ones, ridiculous.
No, Hiyori just ruins that episode.
No, it's not even. It is first off Hiyori. Second off, excessive flashbacks.
Yeah,
Excessive. There was about 3 minutes of flashbacks.
there was.
It was
There's-
ridiculous.
Especially when you're like, you've gotten people around to watch it, like this is big event, and like half the
And then you have to
episode's
wait for half the episode for looking at the screen, staring at the screen, wanting to kill yourself because Hiyori's on the screen and Orochi. Those later episodes, the episode where Denjiro chops off his head, that was one of the best scenes in the show ever.
The episode before all that, when they had the actual like full flashback episode of Wano suffering, did you watch that episode?
I watched all the Gear 5 episodes except for like one.
That was a really good episode. It was pure flashback basically, but it was done super well. They didn't need to do a flashback after that. That would have been all they needed to do for that.
No, the whole last couple of episodes of Gear 5 all built up. Are you talking about the episode where like they changed the aspect ratio and all?
No, it's before. Like, I'm pretty sure this is before Gear. No, before the Bajrang gun. They like have a whole episode with like where literally you know that flashback before Kaido's backstory where it's like it's 2 panels of like the 5 daimyo fighting Kaido.
Yeah.
And then it's like Orochi, and it's just going back. Like, it's basically anime flashback in the manga. They turned that into a full episode, going over Wano suffering, but showing it in grieved detail with like changes to the coloring, changes. I don't know if there's aspect ratio changes.
No, because
But-
I think it was the episode where it was like the episode with like Luffy with the lightning and all.
It might have been.
Because they have the lightning bit for the first half, just insane action for the whole first half, and more action. And they have a bit where it's the aspect ratio changes, tells the story of Wano. It gives, you have what's his name? The old guy who teaches Luffy
Hyogoro.
armament, Hyogoro has him like all giving their hope towards Luffy, and then finally has the Bajrang gun at the end.
Yeah.
That episode was insane. It was ridiculous.
Like, but I don't understand it. Obviously, I can appreciate it as like just a general consumer how high quality it has been every single episode. But you know more about the industry. Like, how insane is it that they're making so many good episodes back to back?
Well, it's because they've been working on these episodes for. I mean, they have all like the top people in these episodes. They just get insane stuff, and then for the most important, one of the most important episodes, the original Gear 5 episode, they have the old series director directing it, who added 19 minutes of Hiyori in flashbacks. So that was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Like, but they couldn't have had Megumi Ishitani do it, but they had her do the intro instead. So
Which is too fast and you can't see anything.
it's really good. It's like the best intro.
It is, but you can't see anything happening because it's too fast.
It is the best intro the show's ever had. But do you know what I prefer?
What?
The Gear 5 episode being better.
Mhm.
That being the best episode in the series.
Yeah, that would have been better. But
It's been a lot better.
10:15 is still fantastic.
It's still the best episode.
I watched that this morning again because I was like, I want to watch it, so I watched it. Fucking great.
It's still the best episode.
Megumi Ishitani, bro, she can. When we get a One Piece Kai, she has to be the series director. I don't care what anyone says.
I honestly prefer if someone like her just does specific episodes.
Yeah, but
Series director is a completely different role.
yeah. Oh, I suppose.
Series director is overlooking everything, but like she just does specific episodes or like the intro
Well, like
or like there's a music video.
out of all the manga chapters that we've gotten since where we're at now, so Ryokogi's about to come into Wano. What chapter?
Ryukogyu. Ryokugyu.
I can't speak English or I guess Japanese.
It's not English.
Ohio. Daisuki desu. I don't
Just
fuck-
stop speaking. You don't need to keep saying stuff.
Yeah, there you go. I can't speak Japanese. That's all I know. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Anyway,
Yeah, don't.
What-
Please don't.
what
burden
like
me.
what chapters would you like her to adapt out of all the ones we have?
I mean, this one would be good.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd rather whatever's coming next. I feel
Because it's
like
a backstory.
oh wait, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Also, I mean, let me think. Other episodes. I mean, there's a lot of like the big stuff that's happened has been like big action stuff.
yeah, but she's good at action as
She
well.
is.
Framing.
But I think it's better. The better episodes she directs are like ones where there's not as much action.
But I also think she makes Kaido and Big Mom very, very fearsome in her episode. So I think it might be cool to have her do the Sabo in Emu's Chamber episode. 'Cause-
Really, I mean, she could do any episode.
Yeah, but if I
Like-
had to pick, like, or yeah, you're right. The flashback episode would be good, or maybe even the O'Hara flashback chapter.
What happens in that chapter?
Isn't that just they're talking about the O'Hara incident?
I think it should be a bigger moment than that. So that's just them talking and going around for a while, and then they bring up O'Hara.
Yeah, but like, I mean, obviously, I want Dragon to show up, so she could do the Dragon. But like, we're talking about current chapters. Even like the Garp versus Aokiji ending to that, she could do that
Yeah.
because it'd be a big moment for Kobe and the climactic moments.
But yeah, once again, I just think it's better for an episode like a big emotional.
Yeah, but that would be a big emotional episode. She could do it better for the send off. Send off for Garp.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. She's directed big action episodes too. Like she directed the last episode of Dragon Ball Super.
Did she?
That was the first episode she ever directed.
That's crazy.
Like that's how good she was. Like she was very young. She was like 25 or something. And they gave her the last episode of Dragon Ball Super to do.
Yeah, no, she's an amazing talent, like straight up. Like but that's what fascinates me, yeah. I personally I love anime. I love animation in general. But I can't draw for shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's just I'm horrendous. And obviously like if I put real effort into it, I probably could learn. And I did at one point, but I was still shit.
You
Well,
were
like
young.
people who are big into art, even just seeing the fact that you have like sketchbooks upon sketchbooks of art, which is like sometimes really interesting stuff, but even just the fact that you put so much detail into the mundane things, like that's just really interesting to me. Like that dedication to the art form, I suppose. Like I don't know, it's just I find that really interesting.
Well, for something like that, for someone like Mayumi Yustani, it's more than just being good at art because it's like so much
Yeah, you'd have to know
skill and
cinema.
like filmmaking.
Yeah.
Because she's directing the episodes, doing the storyboards and everything. I don't know if you've seen the storyboards of episodes she's done, but like the storyboards look ridiculous.
Do they?
They look like really detailed and stuff. Like she partly storyboarded. I don't remember the episode number. It was Remember the episode after? It was the episode after Gear 5. The big action episode.
Yeah.
She storyboarded part of that. And it was like really good. But like if you see there's like images like the storyboards she's done for like episodes like the like 962 or something. It was the episode where
The Warlord episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
That like she directed that episode and it just looks so good. Because it's the way like things like transition into each other and stuff, and like all the different like cinematic effects she has the episodes. Like it's just because the episodes she does also all have all like the top animators and the top compositing and the top everything on them. Like they're always like special episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fantastic though. But I don't know. I feel like they are gonna pull her out when like some crazy shit
Or they
goes
can pull
down.
her out for an intro. Ridiculous that they do an intro when one has about 10 episodes left.
Yeah, that is crazy. But
Like, what's even the point? Just do an intro when Egghead happens.
I mean, they did you not see the Maury Calliope Egghead music video? That's
I
gonna
would
be
rather kill
that's gonna,
myself.
that's
just
gonna be
enjoying it.
that's
I
gonna
would
be the intro.
rather be boiled to death than listen to that again. I would genuinely rather kill myself very painfully and slowly than listen to that again.
Oh, no.
I would do anything to be graced with not listening to that song.
Number one VTuber fan
Ever.
over there. Ayo.
When I heard that, my heart sank. I heard that news, and I felt disappointment in Oda, and I felt disappointment in the series that I invested time into, and I considered dropping it. I really did. I really did not want to continue supporting the series that would support someone like her.
Wow.
She's a great rapper, though.
Yeah, you just don't like the VTuber elements.
No, she's a great rapper. Like she's on the level of someone like, Tupac. So at least, probably better, more influential at least. She's left a greater legacy even in her short few years. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. With her song, the Egghead song, and others. I would rather die than listen to that again. I just need to say it again. I never want to do that to myself. Never. I could keep going. I could go as long as I want on loving this person.
That is it's probably going to be the intro to the Egghead arc. It might be.
It's not gonna be.
It might be.
It won't
I
be.
could see it being the intro.
If
to
it
the
is, I'll
Egghead
never
arc.
read the series again. I'm not joking, and I'm gonna stand
All right,
by that.
we're replacing that bet here and now. We're shaking
It's
on
not
that.
happening.
We're replacing that bet here and now. There you go. Yeah.
It's not happening.
Okay.
It will not happen, and if it does, I will kill Oda then myself.
Oh no, Oda's gonna lock himself up now. He's never gonna make another public
No,
appearance ever again.
If that happens, I would.
Oh, that's
It's not happening though.
It probably won't. But I don't know. As a fan, I think it must be amazing to be able to work for One Piece like that.
Yeah, but as a Mori Calliope fan, it's even greater that she gets the opportunity to work with this great bunch of people, this great series.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Because she's a fan of the series, like it would be insane. And like, imagine if you were asked to do like an illustration for
Well,
Oda.
my two favorite things collabing, like Mori Calliope and One Piece. Like I couldn't ask for better. It doesn't get better than this.
Yeah, yeah.
I loved her appearance on something. I don't know anything about her. I really dislike her though, even though I know nothing about her. It's just by virtue of being a VTuber. It doesn't take much to dislike her. It really, really, really doesn't.
So when I make the VTuber model in like 10 years time,
Oh yeah, yeah.
we're just gonna stop being friends.
I will never interact with you again.
Fair enough. That's good to know. If I ever need to get rid of people, it's to create a VTuber model. That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
I would rather die than interact with you again if you did that.
All right. Well,
I'm not joking. I'm really not. I'm a big supporter though. I love VTubers. I love I can't think of a single one's name.
I thought you were about to say Ice Spice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't think. I mean, she might be. She might be eventually.
I don't know. I think
I don't think so.
as a privacy idea, it's a very good idea. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
but you could also be a overweight Asian man in his room.
That did happen.
That
once, I
did
think.
happen, I know.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen more and more.
Oh yeah.
You never know. Mori Calliope could be a fat Asian man.
Could be. She's old.
She very well could be a fat Indonesian man
What-
sitting in Jakarta. You know.
What if she was Oda all along? This is One Piece is Oda's side hustle. His main job is just being Mori Calliope.
If Oda, I mean, he's already one step there.
Yeah, yeah.
She's already done a song for this terrible series, which I regret reading. It's over.
It's over.
It's over for this series.
It's done. The series is finished.
It's gone.
It's gone.
It's over.
It's done.
I'm not condoning this. The fact that you remind me of that, I'm not speaking anymore. This is the podcast over.
Okay, we're done. Thank you for watching. Thanks for Emma Courtney for coming on this episode. Any parting words?
No. I hate VTubers. I hate Mori Calliope. I hate them all. They're inhuman. They're disgusting. They're putrid. They're uncanny. They shouldn't exist. They really shouldn't. I just dislike them as a concept. That's my closing statement. In conclusion, they're not good. That's it.